Okay, Junior's shift light came in. Definitely not an expensive shift light. This shift light was a whopping, I think it was $12.95 shipped. What am I expecting? $12.95. I wasn't spending $80 on the shift light or have him do it. I didn't see the point. So is it going to be accurate? Who knows? Is it going to fill the void in between the gauges? Yes. I'm going to put it dead center in here. I know you guys still can't see in here. We'll peel this tape off. I don't know if you guys realize that's not the car color. That's masking tape, the blue stripe going sideways. The car was masked so many times in the paint process that it just kept getting retaped over. So there's definitely like 4 or 5 different tapings, even over stripes. So we're going to work on this right now. And I got this. I did not open this. My son probably opened it. I just peeked inside real quick and I think I have to clean my hands. So, hold on. Okay guys, check this out. I'm just reading on how to wire this. I have to, I don't know, I have to run the wire that looks like a tree house, a guy climbing a ladder, to a Pac-Man, to this. Oh wait, I have it over here. No, basically it's pretty simple. They give you extra wires. There's 3 wires coming. And then there's 2 wires that come down in loop. Okay, if you're running it to an 8-cylinder, you don't have to do anything but hook up the wires. A 6-cylinder, you cut open the brown loop that sticks down and then tape it up nice. 4-cylinder, you cut the brown and the orange. And that basically just changes. It's taking a voltage reading is what it's doing. And I'm sure you're just changing the resistance, or it's running through different resistors. Maybe you're increasing the resistance, whatever, who knows. Okay? Then you have 3 wires here. Now we're going to put shrink tube over this, but just not today. You have a red, black, and green. The red goes to the ignition, the black goes to ground, and the green goes to your positive side, negative side of your coil, or your tack terminal on your box. It says warning, attached only to tack terminal. Okay, so we'll see if this thing takes out the MSD box. I will say one thing, it has a knob on the back from 1,000 to 11,000. If my car, if I was shifting at 11,000 RPM, I would have a $13 light. So with that said, I just have it basically taped for now. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to put this in the car and see if it lays out right. What I'm going to wind up doing is I'm going to wind up popping that wheel and finishing up all the wiring this week with the wheel off, so I could just reach in there so I don't have to keep taking stuff off and working around the wheel. And that'll make it easier for my body to get underneath the dash. I brought that bracket to work. You can see the light coming through now. I found stuff to put there that I think will look respectable, because it has to be some kind of foam of some sort, because it is a seal. Because you don't want exhaust fumes. You don't want anything in your car. Listen, you don't want any holes in your, don't call it a firewall, it's actually called a bulkhead. Okay? I watched a guy's car burn to the ground because he had one small hole. He came to where I worked. This is a long time ago. This is my last job. And he left the car sitting out there idling, and he came in to talk about his car that we were doing the transmission on. And it was a 70 Chevelle, big block, original, super sport car. And he left it out there idling because he hadn't driven it in a while. He left the parking lot, went to the first light, which was literally, from our parking lot to the light was literally 300 feet. And the car burst into flames. And he had a couple of areas in the firewall that weren't capped off, so the flames came into the car and then went up under the dashboard and took everything out. Instead of him being able to jump out and put out the fire, which he attempted to do, the fire had already made it into the car. So, yeah, if you put a plastic rubber plug in there, it will melt, but it might give you that extra 30 seconds you need to keep it from going in there, or to prevent the fireball from shooting in, or fumes, gas fumes, any kind of fumes from spraying in there, oil spraying in there. So, remember that, guys. With that said, let's take a look at this. Okay, guys, let's check out the final layout. I'm going to try and get in there keep some light on it. I got the oil gauge level. They might be tweaked a little high and low on the dashboard. I'm not concerned about that right now. That can be fine-tuned after I wire them. Because the gauges themselves are going to pop back out. The cups are going to stay. And actually the brackets around the tack stay. So I could take even the cups off and leave the brackets. But I obviously got the oil pressure to the left, water temperature to the right. Right below that I got the shift light. So when this hand's over here, it's glowing. It doesn't fit on the top. And I was like, well, that's nice there. You know what I mean? If I would have put it to the left, it's not in your face. I'll be honest with you, I never see my shift light and it's directly right in front of me. I never see my shift light go off. And it's as bright as can be. So, we're going to go with that. I'm not going to overcomplicate it anymore. But like I said, we're going to look into... I'll let Junior do it. Just refinish this. There's nothing wrong with the wheel other than the paint's worn off. So... with that, let's take a few minute break. I think we're doing good. I gotta bring home my steering wheel puller. I don't want to tug on this one and bend it. So I'll pop the horn pad off, I'll pull the steering wheel, and then I'll just work on everything. And that'll allow me to lay under the dash. I have a problem under the dash with this. It's got the package tray, which has 1 inch thick's worth of dirt on it. So as it goes together and I clean things as I go along, it'll start to look nice again. Right now, it just looks like a car that's been laying in a warehouse. I guess it's been a couple years, right, guys? At least. I don't even know when. I don't even know when we started on this car. It's been so long. I'm gonna say this is the 3rd summer coming up overall. I mean, there was a full series. Let's review real quick in case anybody wants to go back. There's a lot of videos that aren't that great, but there's a full series on narrowing the rear and putting the rear in. There's a full series on rebuilding the front end, putting the V8 springs in and taking them back out, put the 6-cylinder springs back in. There's a whole thing on Junior taking up this exhaust. Okay, this is real deal for people who are new to the channel. This is not the only thing that's real on the side pipes from the original pipes is that cover and that cap. It's a 3-inch exhaust with 2 new 3-inch mufflers in there. So, and it's 3-inch right up to the headers. Obviously, there's a series on building the engine. There's a series on the cam problems. There's been going along with the wiring, which still makes me laugh. I guess it's the easiest things that I've avoided. At least the easiest things for me. Obviously, there's a full series on the stripping, the body work, and the painting. There's one video on the complete painting of the car. It's like a 9-minute long video, and it just shows you pictures as it went along through all the phases. You know, you look at the video, you think it's all done in one day, but that took a while to break this car into 3 colors. We still have a little bit more paint work to go. Videos on carburetors, videos on swapping out that pan, lots. Just so you know, the last time we fired this car up, I wasn't even thinking. We fired the car, I didn't think twice. That was the first time I had the power steering belt on. Never even thought to look for leaks or nothing. We fired it up, we were just playing with the car. I had forgot. I had never had the power steering belt on ever. So, power steering works mint, the charging system's working mint. I still want to convert it back over to the other alternator. Carburetor's working mint, but we are going to fine tune the accelerator setup. This thing has 43 squirters in it. And we're on number 2, drop down a hole on the accelerator. We're going back to the factory setups on that. Well, almost factory. We're going to go with 31, so we're going to go with the first hole. This car, it's set up now for a car that just needs a boatload of fuel instantly. Okay, and a car that idles at around 15 to 1800 RPM. Okay, this car doesn't idle that high, so we have to definitely move the cam back. Whole series on what that carburetor is from Richie Zool. You know, there'll be stuff here on the gauges. Like I said, they're not the most professional videos, but they are what they are. Yeah. I think that's it, guys. I think I'm going to take a quick break, maybe eat something, drink a bottle of water, and then we'll come back out here. So I want to play with this thing so bad, but I don't want to take it out of its wrapper. I figured that'd be cool to run into work and do tomorrow, except the fact that I'm probably 2 feet too tall for it. Yeah, that's cool. I should have got 2 of them. So I should have got 2 and 1 to play with. That's what I should have did, but that was my mistake. And I will check in to find out what's happening with the Captain Jerk stuff. I'm assuming I'm shipping those up to him. I don't think he wants me to have that many stickers. That's it. And maybe we'll shoot a video or so of Junior bringing this baby back to its prime and throwing some wheels on it. So, with that, guys, I'm taking a break.